from the U.S. versus Patrick Ho trial here at federal court in Lower Manhattan. Just now, on the stand under cross-examination, Sheikh Gadio, the government's main witness against Patrick Ho of the China Energy Fund Committee, was asked on cross-examination, is it true that you took 10 million Central African francs from an unknown courier for an undisclosed businessman? And he said yes, he did take it. Then he said, name the businessman. And he said, do I have to? And there was no objection by the prosecution, because how could they? This is an anti-corruption trial. They've blown it. Sheikh Gadio, who says he wants to run for president of Senegal, has admitted on the stand taking 10 million francs from an unnamed courier, from a businessman he's trying not to name. Number one, I think it's over in Dakar. Number two, it's possible that the trial is over. Well, no, there's still the Uganda scheme. But all of Gadio's testimony, it started being undermined early in the cross-examination when he started saying that things he said weren't true. They were in, quote, diplomatic language. And then Mr. Kim started saying, well, is that true or diplomatic language? So you can just see everything that he said being put into that question. But having now just admitted taking this 10 million francs from a businessman and then saying, I don't want to say who it was, how can you be offended by bribes when you took a bribe? Oh, he's somehow making a distinction between campaign contributions from unknown sources and bribes. Very difficult. Very difficult. And in fact, there's a memo where he suggested to Patrick Ho giving a confidential, secret or very confidential financial package for his campaigns in Chad. That, of course, was a campaign finance. He claims that was a campaign finance officer, and then he says that him and Mr. Deby were always and everywhere offended at the offer of bribes by Patrick Ho. Now, I'd say a plague on both their houses. I feel that China Energy Fund Committee offering weapons to longtime dictator Idris Deby is a bad idea. But Gadio, for all of his class, and he was the Organization of the Islamic Conference's special envoy on Chad. He took 10 million francs. He said it. He said, yes, it's true. He just doesn't want to say the name of the businessman, but I believe it's going to come out. We have a 10-minute break, and I'm going back in. To be continued. Okay, it's over. Gadio on the ropes. Gadio on the ropes. Mr. Kim on cross-examination came out with the 10 million Central African francs number, came out with the figure. And he said, yes, I did take the money. After the broadcast we did before, it turns out he never did name the businessman on the theory that it would subject the businessman to harassment. But the damage was done. Douglas Zalkind of the prosecution tried to rehabilitate him and point out that it was only $20,000 US, point out that he was a private citizen at the time, so it wasn't really a bribe. Still, that's the question. How is it possible for a person to be it's typical UN hypocrisy. Do as I say, not as I do. Gadio took a bag of cash to run his campaign. Gadio suggested to CEFC that they pay an entry ticket, and he admitted, as Mr. Kim pointed out, that sometimes an entry ticket can be a bribe. So there's still another scheme. I say I mean, if you want to know my point of view, if you do, I think that they paid a bribe. But I think that Gadio, one question that arises is, why did the government cut a deal with Gadio? Why does he get off? When he was clearly, maybe he morally seems a little different, he plays the Pan-African card, but come on, you're taking bags of cash. You're not the right witness against another bag of cash giver. But so be it. There's still the Uganda scheme, and I don't know yet who the witnesses are going to be. And Kutesa, the UN is corrupt. 3 PGAs in a row taking money. John Ash may rest in peace. Sam Kutesa. Vuk Yeremech, he's claiming that it was all after. He was all on the up and up. He's a very smart individual. Well, while he was PGA, he was brokering potash deals in the PGA's office. This, from my mind, is corrupt. And the real problem, the real corrupto, is Antonio Guterres, because he has a trial taking place in which a UN-accredited NGO was selling weapons to a military coup leader in Chad in exchange for oil, and he won't even do an audit. All he does is censor the press. This is disgusting. Okay, we'll do a second one in a moment, but signing off. Okay, we're here outside the Moynihan Courthouse. Apparently, people believe that Sheikh Gadio is going to be coming out this way after a grueling cross-examination in which he admitted, out of the blue, to taking $20,000 equivalent in a bag from a courier from an unnamed businessman in Senegal when he was running for president before. Can he run again? That's what he says he's planning to do. He also, in an email to Patrick Ho, claimed that he was offended that after Senegal recognized China, not Taiwan, in 2005, millions of dollars were paid to the then president of Senegal, I believe Abdoulaye Wade, and it was never passed on to him, and he was very offended by that. Now, he claimed that he didn't know for a fact that the bribe was paid, but no one really asked him, why did he say that he expected a cut of it? I guess it's to be assumed. Some people say you can't convict a criminal without working with criminals, but I have to say, from the prosecution's point of view, it's a difficult day. It's a difficult day in the federal courthouse. But there's a separate charge. This is not a good day for Patrick Ho either. I mean, it's pretty clear what was in the gift box. But I think that they're trying to muddy the waters and say this is just how it's done, and the person that was playing the Pan-African card is not really, if he's standing on a moral high ground, it's a moral high ground built of $20,000 from a businessman. Okay, hang on. Do we have it? No. We've been told this was the way that he came in, so this might be the way he came out. This is also the way he came out yesterday. Gadio, are you still running for president of Senegal? This is what we need to know. Gadio, do you still work for the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation on chat? I think it's happening. I think it's happening now, and it's happening here. Gadio. Wait a second. Is that Gadio? I think it is. So Gadio, how do you think it went? How do you think it went today? And are you still running for president of Senegal? Uh-oh. Come on, guys. Okay, this is not going to be very good campaign footage. This is the beginning of the Sheikh Gadio presidential run. I don't mean to laugh. I was inside the UN when he was presented as a man absolutely committed to the Central African Republic. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Wait a moment. There was the laying on of hands against a Hong Kong photographer. Oh. Wait a second. This is not the way you run for president. Attacking photographers is not the way. Maybe, I mean, if Alec Baldwin can do it, why not Sheikh Gadio? Ay, ay, ay. I guess he's not running for president anymore. Gadio is gone. Well, these guys are tireless. They're going to keep going. I'm going to call it off here. Gadio, I don't know if you can make it, but we'll see. Okay, there he goes. Sheikh Gadio is heading off into the Chinatown night. I believe that there's some journalists are still going after him. Not going after him. He turned and pushed a photographer. Come on. Just because Alec Baldwin does it doesn't mean Sheikh Gadio should do it. Gadio is heading up East Broadway. Run for the prize, Gadio. Gadio is running for office. He's running for office away from a bunch of photographers, heading straight up East Broadway. Hang on a moment. Mott Street? I think he was looking for a cab. He should just call Uber or Lyft. What's happening? Oh, Gadio. Gadio had on a big parka. We tried to ask very, very politely. We said, how do you think it went today? That's what you do. How do you think it went today? And then he started running. And then we asked, are you running for president of Senegal? He didn't answer. Then he turned back and pushed a photographer. And then he disappeared up. I guess we're on the Bowery now. He's not on East Broadway. He's heading up East. He has no idea, actually, that there's an entire flotilla of largely Hong Kong-based media behind him. Is he going to kick a newspaper man in the head? Wait a second. It's the unnamed courier. Hang on. I don't know how this is going to end. I know he's already pushed at one photographer. Hang on. Did he turn in? Did he turn in on Doyer Street? No. He's continuing. Gadio continues on the move up 3rd Avenue. Gadio has no idea that the flotilla is falling behind him. Well, Gadio, you saw it here. Inner City Press captured the moment when when Sheikh Gadio, candidate for the presidency of Senegal, turned back and pushed a photographer on Moore Street in Manhattan. I don't know. It's a New York thing. Uh-oh. That flashbulb is not a good idea. Gadio is on the move. Gadio is approaching Canal Street. Gadio meeting with the Senegalese diaspora. Senegal. Abdullahi Wade. Macky Sall. Now, what is Macky Sall? Is Macky Sall going to use this as part of his supporter? He's going up. Uh-oh. I think that's where the flash came from. These Hong Kong journalists are fearless, man. Absolutely fearless. They got pushed. Gadio. Uh-oh. Gadio's okay. I think this shot's going to come from the side. Watch. You can see it here. Is Gadio? Oh, Gadio's going to the newsstand. It's true. Gadio's in the newsstand. Corrections. This is the bus Gadio could get on. Gadio could get on that bus. Corrections. Yes. New York's boldest. He needs a newspaper. Gadio, this is your moment. Wait a second. Now he's telling the newspaper guy how unfair it is that when you take bribes and run an institute and Mashrak Bank, people still want to take your picture. Okay, I think the showdown is coming. The showdown is occurring. The Hong Kong flotilla is moving in as Sheikh Gadio makes his purchase. Oh yeah. Wait a second. Hang on a moment. We have a New York moment. Sheikh Gadio. That's Gadio. Not for use in a campaign footage. I think you're toast, Gadio. I don't think you can run for campaign anymore. Where the non-prosecution agreement does not involve assault on the media. It cannot. How can the U.S. attorney provide a commitment? Maybe he thinks it's impunity. Maybe he has diplomatic immunity as a politician in Senegal. I don't know. He's the guy out. Patrick Ho's in jail. I'm no friend of Patrick Ho and the general Chinese sleaze of the UN either. But it's shocking. It's shocking that the non-prosecution agreement didn't also include some description of appropriate behavior with the press. He attacked the photographers twice. Hang on. No. He stayed in the Kempinski and N'Djamena. I've actually been there, by the way. I covered the Security Council's trip. N'Djamena. There was a huge hole in the wall at that time. Some rebels had almost overthrown Debbie. That's why Debbie needs weapons. Debbie needs weapons, and Gadio is going to get them. We've got the same thing. Hang on. This is it. Wait a second. Was that guy snapping the shots? Now he's turning in on Canal. Oh man, this is a circuitous route. Look, and here we are, HSBC. This is the bank used by Patrick Ho. The bank that Patrick Ho used to pay bribes to Sheikh Gadio is right here. HSBC. This whole case is this case is ridiculous. Okay, we have the moment. Is this the interview? Hang on. We gotta move in. We gotta defend these guys. Oh, I'll give you a card as well. I actually once, I'm a reporter at the, I was a reporter at the UN when you were with the OIC on Central African Republic. I remember asking you questions. Yeah, I was there.
I'm sorry.
Okay? Yeah, Matthew Lee, in the same dress. All right? Thanks a lot.
Good night, everyone.
I will get back to you, okay?
Thank you.
See, there's no police, nothing. Everything is fine.
Okay, great. See you. All right.
Can you go back to see your family? I think it's good day. Or you have to stay in America.
You still stay in New York?
You see, I have your cut. Because that
Was that Abdullahi Wad? Was the president at the time, right? Wad. Okay.
I just try so hard, but he's just not talking.
I'll end this one here. And so there he goes. Mr. Sheikh Gadio has taken off. Will he still run for president? Unknown. To be continued.